Why do Taekwondo competitors keep their hands so low, below the waist, and never seem to use them for defense? Most Taekwondo fighters keep their distance outside of kicking range. Outside of kicking range, the obvious strategic question is, why keep hands up at all? Really, if you are out of kicking range, you are completely safe and do not need to keep your hands up at all. It is only when you are inside kicking range that you need to keep your guard up. As it turns out, that's exactly what the better fighters do. They lower them outside of range and raise them inside of range. There's another consideration as well. When hands are lowered, it gives the hands a position to be in that is advantageous to increasing speed and momentum when trying to close in on the opponent. By lifting the hands up and forward, and by skipping suddenly inside range, you not only protect yourself from a counter, but also the act of moving the hands into place creates a momentum the fighter can use to increase the speed to get into position. It's like skipping. You lift your left knee as high and forward as possible, which pulls the body up and forward, allowing the right foot to hop forward. It is the same mechanism with the hands. The problem is what happens with less experienced fighters. They forget to raise their hands. And since there are a lot more less experienced fighters than there are Olympic class fighters, the perception is that we in Taekwondo fail to raise our hands. A contributor to this is fatigue. When you are tired, you drop your hands. You'll notice that fighters slow down more at the end of their bouts and their guards are almost always dropped. This has nothing to do with style. It has to do with the individual and the individual's style of fighting. If you are an ITF fighter and like to stay outside of range, you'll drop your guard. But if you or your opponent like to fight inside more, then the hands must go up. It doesn't matter the style. But the reality is, for better fighters, a block with an arm against the speed and mass of an opponent's leg is just no match. You are at a high risk for serious injury. The better strategy is to move aside and not block at all. You keep the hands up just in case, but really you need to not be there when the strike comes in. Bottom line, Taekwondo's niche in sports is predominantly kicks. No throws, locks, pins, falls, and only one offensive hand is allowed.